do is we'll send out a casting kit. So the owner will wrap their pet with the material, it'll harden, and they now have a mold. We directly 3D scan that mold, and then we 3D print that, finish it, and send it out. It's actually the same material that they make phone cases out of, which are designed to be impact absorbent. And it enables us to keep them lighter without having to use things like springs. The amount of touching stories that we've come across has just been so heartwarming. I mean, Jack is a really great example of that. He was found a few years back injured on the side of a road with a really badly injured leg. He was basically had the amputation, was rehabilitated, and when they tried to adopt him, he ultimately got returned 3 or 4 times until he met Rhea. Because of the joint deterioration, he's starting to slow down. So she wanted to find something to help prolong his health, and that's how she found us and ultimately ended up coming in. We fit the device, and he almost fell over on his face. And we were like, oh God, this is not good. They didn't give up, and that's the most important part, right? Sometimes the owner will get frustrated or start to lose hope, and that's when there really is no hope for the animal. But she put it on every single day for 3 weeks. They would put it on for 10, 15 minutes at a time. And by the next time he came in, he was running and galloping around the office. It was just the most amazing feeling to see that. And it gives us so much hope for when other people say, hey, my dog's not getting the hang of it just yet. And I'm like, well, how long's it been? A few days. Got to give it time. You have to be positive. You have to reinforce it with treats. And Jack to us has just been the symbol of that hope and the symbol of what's possible, just seeing how far he's come with the device. Carts are for dogs that either have 2 front deformities, so maybe the arms are very small, or they don't have any front limbs at all, or rear limbs, where a normal wheelchair that you can get from an animal isn't very helpful because they require limbs to keep the animal in the harness. So when you don't have limbs to attach to, again, you have to get a little bit more creative and a little bit more accustomed to the animal. There's many animal sanctuaries that rescue injured and disabled animals. A really good example is Goats of Anarchy in New Jersey. They're local to us, and for years they've been rescuing ultimately goats that just they just haven't had a home anywhere else because they're injured or they're disabled. Nobody really wanted them. We did a helmet for one of their goats who was born with a hole in his skull. So basically the brain was exposed under the skin, and every few months we go back and make a new one because he's growing so fast. We've also done some birds. Waddles the duck. I mean, this was just an incredible one because this was our first duck case. We had no idea what was going to happen. It was the first test. They were filming for a show. They put it on, and this duck, who had never really walked before, took off sprinting across the room. It was just the most incredible thing to see. We were all in tears. We just have so many amazing people and animals that we've met through working in this industry. Everything from animal sanctuaries where they're rescuing hundreds of animals, and just the amazing families we meet all around the world and getting to help their pets. And it's very emotional for a lot of people. I mean, there are many cases where their pet, they literally can't move without a device. We like to serve the cases that previously haven't been able to be serviceable just because of a lack of technology or a lack of know-how. I mean, those are our favorite cases when we can do something that everyone else said wasn't possible, because it's just so emotional and rewarding for us.